You're listening to IBNX. IBNXradio.com.
What time is it?
It's trivia time with Tone.
It's showtime.
Let's get to it. Welcome to the show. The one and only Topics, top opinions presented in current sports. It's your boy, Tone Taylor.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Chris Harris.
Now, we bring you that raw, real, and respectable sports talk. Raw, uncut and direct responses to
Topics.
real, 100% authentic debates and rebuttals to
Topics.
and last but not least, respectable. You may like what we say or you may not, but you will
Respect it.
Topics. Top opinions presented in current sports. Okay, we here. Our milestone show. This is show number 10.
Number 10 for us?
Number 10. And we do have a special guest in the house.
Special guest. 10-year pro career with stints in the ABA, CBA, USB. Has played overseas in Brazil in the Chinese Basketball Association.
Getting money.
Has played in the D-League with Idaho Stampede,
That's getting money some more.
Dakota Wizards, the Austin Spurs, and the Sioux Falls Skyforce. So also is a former Philadelphia 76.
Oh, that NBA money.
That's NBA money, right? But also, man, from Queens, one of New York City street ball legends. Growing up, big fan of him. Featured in Slam magazine, dubbed him the Undertaker. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have Corey Underwood. Corey Underwood, everybody, let's give a round of applause.
Round of applause.
Corey Underwood today. Corey, what's going on, brother? I appreciate you joining us.
What's up, fellas, man? Appreciate you having me here. Glad to be here.
And also, you just celebrated a birthday.
Yes, yesterday. Was my
So,
birthday.
blessings for that, man. You know,
Appreciate it.
another birthday. You know, I really don't celebrate my birthday, but you know, I mean,
Another year under
we
the
do
belt.
another year under the belt. But at
And
Topics, man, we do something
things
completely
like this,
different, man. You know,
Appreciate it.
We do this,
Nah,
you
man,
know.
a little birthday cake. You know,
know,
it ain't nothing
Little
crazy,
cake,
but
yeah. Oh,
it's just an appreciation for you.
that's love, man.
Everybody, I mean, me and you, we got a relationship. You know, thank you for everything. You know, and just thank you for you coming on the show. But
Thank you,
what's
man.
going on? What's talk to us, baby? What's new with you? What's going on?
You know, I'm down here now. You know, new Atlanta resident. Like it a lot. Next month, end of the month, I'll make 2 years I've been here.
2 years. Everybody's moving down here.
Yeah. Just, you know, you see a menace and you just gotta come.
Right. So what you been doing since you've been here for the 2 years? What since you are you still playing? Are you what have you done? Are you training? Are you coaching? What do you?
I mean, you look at my physique, you can tell my playing days is way over.
Way over?
Way over.
I feel like you can still go out there and get a 20 clip. That's just my personal opinion.
Maybe half court game, maybe, but yeah, not no full court, man.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here. I'm coaching AAU. I'm training as well with you, and that's about it. You know, raising the family, just staying out the way.
That's a blessing, bro.
Beautiful. So just give a quick, you said you're coaching AAU. What team and what organization is it?
Georgia Stars, 17U,
Okay.
And
assistant coach.
assistant coach, what is that? Nike, right? That's Nike?
Yes, Nike URBL.
All right, cool. Just people got to, not everybody. We
Yeah,
can't assume that everybody knows, but since you're not playing anymore, what were some of your favorite memories from playing? I know you got some stories. I already know.
Yeah, I do. You got to kind of give me like a time and,
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
I mean, I do early. Like when you first started, like right out of high school, college, you were done with college, your first start of your pro career. What was that like? Because we got a lot of kids who have a misconception of the pro career and what is a pro and what isn't a pro.
Well, my first year out of school was rough, to be honest with you. I had my mind set, and this is really funny. The agent I was with at the time, he was forced me to go to the D League, and I was like, nah, I want to go play in the ABA, which was like like the most backwards thing to do. And
Absolutely.
I was
Absolutely.
real hard headed, and I just had my mind set on I was gonna play in the ABA for this team in Jersey. I think it was called what was the name of the team? I want to say Jersey. I don't know, like Sky Cats or something. I don't know, whatever. Long story short, it was about January and they folded. I probably got one paycheck out of it.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I was back home like
What do I got to do next?
rubbing my pants like and I ended up going to LA. I was living in LA probably from about mid-January to like April, and just worked out, hung out, worked out. Wasn't making any money, but some of the sacrifices and things that
gotta
happened. Yeah, so I actually met a great friend of mine who was formerly Southern Cal coach, Tony Bland. Trevor Reeves, I met Trevor Reeves around that time. Those were like my workout partners, and my man Richard Jetta, he's from Atlanta, good friend of mine. So it was a good experience.
All right, then you went overseas. What is it like? Because everybody sees the glitz and glamours of overseas, but you're away from your family. Probably don't speak the language.
Yep.
I hear like certain leagues you don't get paid on time. You might not get paid at all.
You can get sent home
You get sent home.
quick, fast.
Oh yeah.
So what was that like? What was that like?
My first overseas experience was Brazil. Yeah, it was Brazil. So I went. This is about Listen. I got a funny story about that too. So as soon as I landed, it was like a 3-hour drive to where I was going. Name of the team was I'll never forget this, Uber Torres. And it's like a 3-hour drive from the airport to the town, and driving like these long, windy one highway roads off the cliff of a highway and all kinds of,
Yeah.
And he's just like, listen, broken English. When you get to town, you be careful because, sometimes you'll see people one day and then you don't see them anymore. and I'm thinking he's talking about like, somebody, robbing, murder, killing. He's not talking. He's talking about that other thing.
Oh,
that 3-letter.
Yeah.
Take it easy out here.
Uh-huh.
Take it easy out here. And I was just like,
It's crazy out there.
I'm like, what you mean? He's like, you see him one day, you don't see him. Oh, got you. got you. Yeah.
got you.
So yeah, my girlfriend at the time, she was great when she had that. It was, everybody sees the the videos and the girl. Oh, it's great. Better be careful out there.
That might have been their last video too.
How long were you? That might be fact. That might be their last video also. How long were you in Brazil?
2 months.
And you was out of there.
Didn't get paid.
I'm going home.
Yeah. I didn't know. I was a rookie. I didn't know the situation. Now speaking to older guys who play and stuff, it's like, man, you gotta stay, man. The worst thing you could do is leave. You stay, and if you get some change, you stay and you get 60% of it. You won. You don't leave and just don't get nothing. Like,
Absolutely.
so that's the mindset with a lot of these places. If you sign for $15,000 and you get 10, that's a win.
You won.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't have extensive overseas experience. I'm not going to sit here and act like, I've been in a bunch of places. I never, because, when I got to a point, I was just, listen, I always wanted to play in the league. This is what I'm going to. I ain't grow up dreaming of playing in Turkey or Argentina or this and that. So I kind of locked in and just, I turned into like a minor league, superstar. They was a superstar, like minor league. I'm playing every minor league. So, but yeah, that's how it is over there from what I've heard. You get 80% of your money, you won.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's definitely true.
And I gotta hear, man, what was it like in the NBA? The league was.
Man. Well, let me put this out because there's a lot of people sometimes, man, you ain't playing the league, man. I wouldn't consider that the league. Like, I signed a contract, I put a jersey on, I made the league.
You made the league.
Where I'm from, you know
made
what I
the
mean?
league. Where we from,
Where
you
we
made the
from,
league.
right.
You all
The
from
league.
Queens. You
Yeah.
made the league. When I was introduced to you, you played with the 76ers. As many games as you played, I didn't care. You played in the
Yeah,
NBA.
no, like,
That jersey, you signed that contract.
Yeah.
It's some guys, who actually played in games, played years. They
What was it like, man? You was
Listen,
there.
Practice.
You was there.
This is what happened to me. Played in the D League that year. Shout out to Jeff Rulin, man, and Sam Worthing from New York. Actually helped me get that to that D League situation. Finished the season there, and I pretty much knew, like in June they was going to sign me, but I'd have to keep my mouth shut. And so I was really excited, and also kind of nervous, like things might go left. You just never know. So I was playing in summer ball and all that other stuff, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. And then at the end of the summer, I won a second round, like August. I was in Philly. I was living in out of a hotel. I'll come back and forth when I could, to hang out, hoop, whatever. But I was in Philly. I was in, and I officially signed. I want to say sometime in October, and they let me go probably the end of the month. Like right before the season started. So I, dressed and all preseason and never got in the game, but that was my experience. But the experience was dope, man. I remember my first flight, on one of them on private jets, man. Yeah. I'll never forget it. I remember I came home for the weekend and I came right back. I think it was media day or something. We had media day. You take the pictures and all that stuff, interviews and stuff. And we had an hour or two to go to the hotel, wherever you lived at, get your stuff, and we was going to training camp, which was at Penn State the year. And I went to the hotel, grabbed some stuff, went back. I remember I'm driving at the time. I'm thinking I'm doing it. I had a Magnum, a Dodge Magnum. It's 2008. I think I had a 2006 Magnum. And I pull up in the little parking lot, you leave your car at, for the private jets, and they go down. These dudes got 745s and these Bentleys, and I roll up in my little car. I'm gonna park way down there, man. Yeah,
so nobody see me get out my car.
Oh man, but I remember flying on that plane, and it was just crazy. It was shrimp and chicken and
amazing.
All kind of It was all kind of whatever you desired was on that plane. Man. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. The vets sit in the front. A lot of the NBA guys play a game called I think it's called Boo-Ray.
Okay.
A lot of guys got beat up and fought, over Boo-Ray, man.
What is Boo-Ray?
It's their version of spades.
Okay.
I can't remember it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I remember learning from Speedy Claxton. Played at Speedy Claxton's house. I remember one time I was down here playing on the CBA team. I was literally living with Speedy for a couple of months. But learning from Speedy, but Lou Will and these guys and Boo-Ray, man. One time went to Lou Will crib. Me, Royale Ivy, another Queens dude. Shout out to Royale. These dudes come over. They got their little bank envelopes. Yo, see, you got some money now, man. Yo, come on, you play Boo-Ray with us. Man, listen. Sit this one out, brother. But yeah, stuff like that, man. The life is good, man. I mean, I was always the joke with them, listen, I can't get too friendly with y'all, too close with y'all, because any minute it can be over. I'm right back in the hood. You know what I mean? That was my mindset, though. But it was a great experience. I have nothing bad to say about it.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
Boo-Ray.
We gotta remember that.
Beautiful. We gotta get the game Boo-Ray for game night.
You're coaching now, right? And you've been coached. We've coached against each other. What was some coaches that made an impact on your career or your life, or somebody that you can play for again, or somebody that you would want to play for?
Oh. It's funny because the coach that probably had the biggest impact on my life is probably the one that I felt did me dirty.
That a lot of times.
Sometimes it's like that. I got a story like that. My college coach.
Yeah, and the one that I would want to play for again was probably the most loosest coach. Gave me the freedom and stuff. And was my last school. I went to NAIA school. I ended up finishing at NAIA school in New Orleans. So Earl Hill, but the one that had the most impact was Derek Wittenberg. I don't know if you guys are familiar with
Derek Wittenberg that hit shot the air ball.
The
NCAA, but he was a bad boy though. He was a coach at Fordham in New York for a little bit.
You said that first though, see?
Yeah, my fault. That's what I know him from. I'm sorry, Derek Wittenberg. I'm sorry. Y'all won, baby. I'm sorry.
That half-court air ball, yeah. DC dude to the core. Good dude, man. But literally, I went to Wagner at a junior college. I probably could have won. Not probably. I could have won high. I could have went Conference USA, Atlantic 10. I went with him because I just, felt comfortable with him. He was a good dude. But, once I got there, it was just we got you, my man. I ain't got to rub you on your back and da-da-da-da. It's great at first, I went, big fish, little pond. And he started watching some film, man. You don't play no defense, my man. You're going to sit right next to me.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you, I went from like maybe the first couple of games, like, really playing 20, 30 minutes and nothing. Like 7, 8 minutes, I miss a box out assignment.
Come on. Come
I knew it was for me. I'm just jogging. You know what I mean? Like, and it went like that the whole season. I remember our best player, well, I wouldn't say our best because I think I'm better than them, but, statistically, our best player, I had braids when I came in. You see me, I don't look too right, on the eye test. Tattoos on. I had braids. Our best player went and got braids. He went down to Harlem. We had an off day. He went down to Harlem and went got his hair braided. Derek Wittenberg seen that. We had an emergency meeting, 9 p.m. Effective immediately. No more braids on the team. You don't like it, transfer.
Wow.
Wait a minute. It took me a while to grow this. Like, nah, I'm not letting these go. Hard-headed me for like 2 weeks. This is what I do. Take the braids, out. I go to sleep. I put the do-rag on the fro. My joint matted down. I'm coming to practice with a matted down do-rag. Fro for like 2 weeks. One day he just says something like, you think I don't know what you did? You think I'm stupid? You still ain't cut your hair. You ain't gonna never play here. Man, listen, we made it to the NIT that year. We played Richmond in the first round. I'm like, I'm gonna kill you. I go get a 1 against the grain. He was, you cut your hair finally, huh? You ain't gonna play. Don't worry about it. And that was like it for me with him, man. Like, remember the end of the year, I went in office, like, man, I'm out here. I need my release, man. He's like, don't you think you the best player here? I'm like, yeah, I know I'm the best player. He's like, well, I can't play with you, man. You ain't gonna do me like this. Like, you can't roll the dice with you my last year now. I'm gonna go somewhere. I'm gonna take my chances somewhere else, man. Like, but I learned a lot of hard work from that, man. I remember 5 a.m. the run-ins, and oh my goodness, but
Morning runs.
yeah. Oh man, like,
I don't miss no.
Different. Boy.
You know what? My college coach, my second college coach, we used to open gym at 5 a.m. And we would run in between games. But that was our preseason. We would open gym, and then we would have to run in between the games. So I appreciate him for that. But my first college coach, he used to run us to death. I remember we turned the ball over 32 times, right?
32 sprints?
32. No, we come to practice the next day. It's 64 minutes on the clock. So I'm a freshman. It's 64 minutes. I'm like, what's going on? We only practice for an hour? So, yo, listen. For every turnover y'all had, that's 2 points I didn't get, and that's 2 points y'all gave them. And honestly, I wanted to quadruple it, but I couldn't because I don't want to get fired. So what y'all going to do is I'm going to wind this clock down from 64, and y'all going to run suicides, and I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. And I dare one of y'all to leave. And walked out. And that was the first time I looked to myself, and I said, you know what? I don't know if I really like basketball like that. To be sick.
We have a little bit more time before we go to break, but I want to ask y'all a question. Y'all both coaches. Calipari in the Kentucky Wildcats been struggling, right? This is the first year, they fell out the top 25 for the first time. Now, this is the first time under Calipari that the Kentucky Wildcats have lost 3 in a row. Do you think the magic is gone?
I'm going to let our guest answer that first.
I think he's in a rough patch. Some of the guys he signed this year not, comparable to the John Walls, the De'Aaron Foxes, and so it's a rough patch this year. The one and done, magic's not working, but he's got help on the way. I think a couple of good guys coming in, but I think a lot of the guys that are there this year are gonna stay. So he'll be back to normal next year. These next 2 years, I think they're not getting the guys, the real one and dones, like the Anthony Davises and, DeMarcus. Those guys. I think
it's a little bit more spread out now.
Right.
Guys aren't as good.
Yeah.
Guys aren't as good. But for me, I think it shows a test that how good of a coach he is. For you to do that for so long with freshmen. So now when you get one group out of the 9 groups that you had, or how long you've been there, he got there in 2009, that's 9 years. So your first group that this is you're done. So now it doesn't work, but it's like the first 8 worked because that's tough to get and you're talking about like half the league is Kentucky now. Like when you can't watch a game without it being a Kentucky player for the league, and now so it's like that's tough to get those kids to buy in. So I don't think the magic is gone. I think like Corey said, is he got help on the win. A lot of those kids will stay.
Okay. So you gonna stick around with us?
Yeah.
All right, cool. You're listening to Topics. When we come back, we'll have some NBA talk.
LeBron, baby. Yes, Tone. Yes, Tone. Tune in to Topics on IBNX Radio.
You're listening to IBNX. IBNXradio.com. The station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music. Hey, what's up? It's Jay-Z.
Hey, I'm Mariah Carey. Hey, it's Katy Perry.
It's your boy T.I.P., man. It is. It's your boy Sean Kingston.
What's up, y'all? I'm Beyonce. This is Nicki Minaj, and I'm in the mix with
IBNX Radio.
Okay, you're back here listening to Topics on IBNX Radio. Top opinions presented in current sports. So let's get into this trade deadline talk. And you're laughing now and you're excited.
I'm not excited.
No, you are.
I'm not excited. I'm only
chuckling
excited. I'm laughing because when the trade went down, to see your face and to see how upset you was made my day. And if people don't know, me and Tony spent a lot of time together. Me and Tone worked together as well. So me and Tone spent a lot of time together. So when the trade went down, we work on opposite sides of the office. Tone walks over. And he goes, I'm not watching the NBA no more for the rest of the year. No more for the rest of the year. He said they cheated for him. They can't stand at the fact that he ain't going to make the finals, so they cheated. They cheated.
Who's him?
LeBron. Yo, Tone hates LeBron.
It's not that I... All right. Don't just throw it out there that I hate the man. I respect LeBron. It's just a lot of things I can't stand about LeBron. I'm a Kobe fan. And so at the end of the day, it's just certain things I cannot stand. But yes, I was extremely upset.
Why were you upset, Tony?
Listen, everybody looked at that Cavs team and knew this team wasn't going to the finals.
At all.
That team sucked. And what do? And my team, the Lakers, want to start everything off. You know what? We'll take IT. It's not working for you, LeBron. We'll take Shannon Fry. Shannon Fry. And a first round draft pick. And we're going to give you our energy off the bench. We're going to give you Clarkson and Larry Nance Jr.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That started it off. That started the trickling effect. Then, we could do this. Okay, let's get D-Rose out of it. Basically, they got rid of all their pieces that were not fitting.
Wouldn't give you anything.
Nothing. LeBron's main thing was he liked playing with veterans that knew how to win. Mm-hmm. It wasn't working this year.
But he picked the team, though.
He picked the team, and this is why I feel they helped. Like, it's like the league wanted to help him. I don't get it. Why? Nobody can tell me this. I don't understand it. It baffles my mind. But they got some crazy pieces. Rodney Hood.
Rodney Hood is the X factor of that trade. Rodney Hood is going to be the reason if they do make it to the finals. Rodney Hood is going to be that difference because Rodney Hood, who's playing starter minutes, who's been playing against starters his career, is now going against his second unit, and he's tearing people apart. Jordan Clarkson looked like, hey, I was able to do this. Y'all didn't give me the opportunity. And Larry Nance is going to be Larry Nance. I think he's excited. My dad played here. My dad has his jersey in the rafters here, so that's a little special for me. And then you got a two-way guard like George Hill. So what you did was you took the mold. What Miami did is you surrounded him with shooters, and now you can't double him. And one-on-one, he's just tough to stop because he is that unselfish. And your second unit is pretty good. And don't roll your eyes at me because I didn't make not one trade.
It was kind of disrespectful, man. It's really hurting. So I mean, everybody wanted to know. Everybody throwing out who won the trade. Was it the Cavs or the Lakers? I mean, what do you think?
Come on, that's not even up for discussion. I'm not gonna lie. Chris knows. I flew to Cleveland that day that all that went down, and literally we landed, and like people was
going crazy
on the phone like, oh my goodness, we got Jordan Clarkson, we got them. At first I started thinking like, wait a minute, can you even trade that many people in one day? Like I really like I never seen or witnessed anybody like,
somebody
really
get rid of
just
literally
rid of,
half
like,
their team.
yeah.
They got rid of 6 people.
Like,
And got back 4.
Got back
And they better.
4.
Sickening.
Now people like, yo, it still might not work. What do you take from their first 2 games together? Because they beat the brakes off the Celtics.
Here we go. Here we go.
They beat the brakes off the Celtics, and they played very well against the Thunder last night. Do you think it's a fresh start, so everybody's excited, and we just waiting to see what happens when they lose and how it looks when they lose? What you think? Are they the favorite back? Are they back favorite in the East? I'm gonna just get to the place.
Listen, first and foremost, I'm not crowning them anything because I'll be damned if I do that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. But I tell you this team, LeBron, the main factor is rejuvenated, and when he's rejuvenated, things work.
That's a fact.
Things work. He has the good thing about the players that he brought in, they don't demand the ball. They don't demand a pound of ball. He needed the ball. Derrick Rose needed the ball.
D-Wade needed the ball.
D-Wade needed the ball. Now you have role players that know their role.
Good ones at that. But those guys are happy to be there.
And that's the other thing. You have players coming from losing teams that have never been on the play. You have Clarkson, never been in the playoffs. Nance, never been in the playoffs. But these are eager players. They're young, 25 years old. Rodney Hood, 25 years old.
Them dudes are not going to challenge LeBron, man.
Exactly. They look up. Like you have other players the players that you had coming in last year and the beginning of the season, they're around the same age. They don't look up to LeBron. He was like a peer to them. Now you have players eager to learn from him, want to follow the lead.
Excellent point, you guys. That's a great point.
So I feel like that's why it's working. Like, you know what? We need to follow your lead. You've been here. You've been to 7 straight NBA finals. We need to learn from you. Whatever we have to do is what we'll do. Whatever we could do to win. And this is why they're going to thrive. And I hate it. because they gave him this. Here. That's what they did.
I mean, I can't really dub them and say, yeah, they're the favorite. But, I mean, it does make it even more interesting. I mean, a week ago, we had completely written them off.
I was fine with that.
I know you was okay with it. Even I wrote them off like, nah, this is not going to work. But it just makes it interesting. I don't know. I still like that Boston team. They added Greg Monroe. Once Greg Monroe gets his feet planted in Boston and he gets in that system and he understands what's going on, he's playing for a basketball genius, they still are going to be very good. And Toronto is an experienced team, and Toronto's like, y'all are kind of forgetting about us, and we've been here before. So,
I mean, we was talking about this last week. You do like the Celtics. I just feel like they're one scorer away. They need somebody to get them a consistent basket, and they don't have that
I
right
think
now.
they really are
option.
talking about getting Gordon Hayward back.
I mean, hopefully, but you have to understand, even if they get him back, when would they get him back? Right before the playoffs? He's going to need some time to get acclimated. He's not going to come out right away and put it
busy.
up 20.
Right.
That would be crazy if he comes back, though.
It will.
After
the
that.
energy, but then playing. So, I mean, this is going to be tough. I like the Raptors. And I felt like.
He loves the Raptors.
And I do like the Raptors. I don't know how you feel about the Raptors.
I like the Raptors. I don't think they're going to come out the East, though.
I felt they're better.
I needed
than
them
the
to get
Celtics.
DeAndre Jordan.
I needed the Celtics to get Tyreek Evans. I think if they would have got him.
Yeah.
It
That
would've
was
been-
shocking, too, because Memphis literally shelved him and said, you just chill out somewhere until we get something done. And nothing got done, which was, I was shocked.
I don't get it. I just feel. But the only thing that scares me about the Raptors, every year we put them up there, like, yo, they're there. It's just for some reason when they face a LeBron James team, they die. Literally. Die. They're dead. They do nothing. Like, you give me nothing. Where would you were a great team all season. And as soon as you see LeBron James, you get starstruck.
But we are, in all fairness, we are talking about one of the greatest players ever.
What does that mean? What
From
does
your
that mean?
competitive nature, but The man is still good. He's still a good basketball player.
What does that mean, though?
I just told you he's still a good basketball
So
player.
I'm
that's
supposed to
able
get scared?
you're not good enough.
Come on, what happened to that, though? But you got to understand, this is not the same team we've seen all season.
I'm just talking about in general. You're just not good enough to beat him. Just like Mike. Mike kept a lot of people out of the finals.
Don't compare him.
I'm not comparing.
Yeah.
Mike kept a lot of people out of the finals. Because you just wasn't good
Mike
enough.
just stopped a lot of people from not getting rings, period.
My point exactly, because you weren't
Hakeem was
good enough.
excited when Mike left for them 2 years.
Give me my two. Give me my two. Give me my two.
So, let me ask you a quick question. Do you think with this revamped team, LeBron stays in Cleveland?
I think they got to make the first move and see who else you're going to bring in. Like, this was cool. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate this. This is temporary. Because what the Lakers did was clear up so much cap space where they could get 2 max players in the summer. Mm-hmm. So, for the long haul, the Lakers kind of they didn't win right away, but for longevity purposes, they kind of maneuver where they could go get a LeBron James because they could go sign him and Paul George now.
That's
what they did. I think Cleveland has to make the first move. July 1st, we got to go get somebody. Who are you going to get? Are you going to get somebody like a Paul George? Are you going to be able to go get a DeAndre Jordan? All right, show me what else you're bringing in to keep me. So I think that's the only way he stays. Like, you got to bring me something, and I'll stay. But if you're not going to bring me anything, then I'm out.
So you think, what do you think?
I think he stays, honestly. Only one reason, because if he leaves, I think he taints his legacy. He jumps on another team again. How can you compare him to? I mean, personally, I don't look at him in the same realm as Jordan and those guys. You know, don't get me wrong. He's a hell of a player, but I just don't look at him as a Kobe or
he's
Mike.
not Mike.
He's not.
And he's not Kobe.
He's not Kobe. I say he's not Kobe.
You
He's
didn't say
LeBron,
it,
though.
You didn't say it.
He
You didn't say
LeBron.
it.
Tell me what does LeBron James does like exceptionally well? Don't say passing.
I think the intangibles. I think what he does exceptionally well, and this is me just looking at basketball, I think he's able to impact the game in so many facets that overall is great because he can, on any given night, he can lead the game in points, assists, rebounds, blocks, and steals.
Yo, that response was so great. You didn't even respond to the question. And I hate you for that. And I hate you for that. Because you jumped around. The question was, what name one thing he does great?
And I said the intangibles.
Intangibles is a bunch of different things.
But it's combined into one.
Nah.
Don't hate the player.
No.
Hate
First
the
and
game.
foremost, I need you to answer that question.
He doesn't do anything exceptionally well.
Thank you.
He's not skilled. He never developed a low post game. He's not going to break you down off the dribble. He's just 6'8", runs like a deer, and is built like
a truck.
Right.
But how are you able to, if he's all of these things and he's not skilled, he's not this, he's not that.
But he has good qualities in every aspect, which makes him he's a great all-around player. But he doesn't have one specialty. Like Mike, you look at Ray Allen, he's specialty, a shooter. Michael Jordan, a scorer.
Kobe, a scorer.
Honestly, and even though he's probably like LeBron James is gonna arguably become either the number one all-time scorer or he's gonna be right there too. And everybody say he's not a scorer. He's not a scorer. He just has great intangibles, like you said, and he's bigger and stronger and faster than anybody that guards him. And if he had a killer instinct, LeBron James could average 35. Who's gonna stop him? He puts his head down and go full speed. And then he gets into that tiki-taka. He fades.
You just can't kill him.
It shit kills me.
Why it kills you? Why does it kill you? Why does it kill you?
I give
because
him
it's not what you. Because it's not what you grew up watching.
No, I don't want to say
it's
that.
not what you grew up watching.
No, I don't want to say that. And I don't want to try to get into the comparison of the LeBron thing because I don't want to down him. I don't, because I don't want to take anything away from him. But a lot of people say, why do you feel he's not the greatest or he's better than Kobe? My perception of greatness is the reason I have Michael and Kobe up there is because what I like is the killer instinct. This is my opinion. Everybody has, he's a better all-around player. Yeah, okay, I can give you a lot of things about his overall play. But I like that killer. I need that bucket. I'm giving in an All-Star game. An All-Star game. This is one thing that really bothered me. In an All-Star game, it was like 15 seconds left on the clock. Everybody cleared it out. He had Kobe in front of him. What did he do? Tell me what he did.
I forgot.
Tell him what he
Passed
did.
it.
He passed it.
In the All-Star game. One-on-one, you and the Black Mamba, the king.
In the All-Star game.
In the All-Star game. Go get your bucket. You know what Kobe doing? You know what Jordan doing?
What?
Getting that bucket.
All right. So you know, in Game 7, when he played the Spurs in Miami, he put him away with a jumper, though. You ain't going to talk about that.
Oh, he put him away with a jumper.
You ain't
Game
gonna,
7, right?
Yeah, you ain't going to talk about that, though.
Okay.
Because it was Kobe. That's what I be talking about every week.
How much time was on the clock?
He put him away.
How much time was on the clock?
Doesn't matter. You was up 2. LeBron had the ball, and he went up 4, and that was the dagger. Give me my championship. But you're not going to talk about it.
No. I need you to rewind that. I need you to tell me what you just said.
He was up 2.
He was up what?
2. You still got to
The
score.
pressure is not crazy. Like, you down 1 or tie game. It's the same pressure? Tell me it's the same pressure.
Yeah, because if you
Corey,
miss,
is
you
that
give
the
him the
same
ball
pressure?
back.
Is that the same pressure?
No.
That is not the same pressure. You're up 2. You have a cushion. You know what? If I miss this, we still up 2.
Don't call me after this.
It doesn't Don't call me after this.
Because now y'all just ganged up with me. That's fine. Perfect.
No. See, and we just got a little off topic. And I'm sorry that we had to get on that LeBron talk.
No,
real
y'all
quick.
just ganged up. That's cool. That's cool.
I respect. I just throw it out.
Keep that same energy.
Always.
Keep that
Always.
same energy.
Heard you, sis.
Don't.
First and foremost, keep that safe.
Okay.
No, but what I do think, I don't think he should leave this year. One, where would he really go?
Houston.
If you look, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't think he should go to Houston.
Houston, come on.
The reason I don't think he should go to
I
Houston,
wouldn't watch NBA no more.
I don't even think it will work. The reason I don't think it will work is he was on a team right now that people demanded the ball to score, to be effective. Now you go to a team, everybody thought James Harden and Chris Paul wouldn't work, but
We definitely
they
thought that. I
complement.
thought we thought that.
We spoke about that, but they complement each other. Then there's times where one is on the floor and the other one is not,
Why do they complement each other?
because they both can knock down that shot.
And they're both what? It's a word that begins with the letter U.
And what's that?
Unselfish.
James Harden is unselfish?
James Harden is unselfish. He's been top 2 in assists the last year.
He's only
Last 2 years.
passing for the assist.
All right, so he's not unselfish. Okay. But he's a willing passer.
All right, he's
So
a
you
willing
add
passer.
another willing passer.
But we're
You add
how,
another willing passer.
how effective can Chris Paul be with those 3?
I think Chris Paul, at this point, we keep asking the question, and I think Chris Paul can be as effective as he wants to be effective, because now I think his workload, what's working now is his workload is, he doesn't do his workload when James Harden is on the court. He does his workload when James Harden is off the court.
But now it's not good. It's going to be it's going to be it's going to be a point in time where, all right, James Harden's off the court, so him and LeBron is on the court. So now if the ball is in Chris Paul's hand, when has LeBron James been dominant with a dominant point guard that demands the ball?
The last 3 years.
Who? Kyrie's played off the ball. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yo, the first
That's
3
a
quarters,
fact.
He
the
played
first
off
3
the
quarters,
ball.
Kyrie played. Had the
And
ball
he
in
was
his
the
hand.
finisher at the end of the game, but he deferred. Meaning, but he can knock that. He's a sharp shooter too, but he deferred. Like, I don't feel Chris Paul is what, 6 foot, 6'1"?
I don't
Then you
cancel
put
it
him
out.
in the corner?
I don't cancel it out.
I don't
I
feel
don't
it's gonna
cancel
work.
it out. I don't think it might not work, but I don't
And
think
then
it can.
on
I don't
top
think
of that,
I don't
for
think
them
it
to get
can't not
LeBron, they have to. Everybody has to go.
Well, you just see
Everybody.
the league will do that.
No, but everybody has to go. So now you don't have Ariza, you don't have Anderson, you don't have Nene. I don't think you could keep Capella. You lose all those players.
Yeah, okay.
Now that that's the reason
I don't think he's leaving, but just for the sake of argument, because y'all want to fight with me now, because now all of a sudden y'all are buddies. I don't know where this happened.
I
mean nothing.
you just talk greatness.
I guess.
You just
Chris
talk
Paul is
greatness.
breaking down, too. Let me put that out there, man.
My man, whose side are you on? I thought we were friends.
We are, but I'm just being honest. Look, Chris Paul is breaking down.
Don't talk about my uncle like that.
He's not?
Don't talk about my uncle. No. Should have been an all-star this year. Having a great year.
So people breaking down have never been all-stars?
No.
That's from your heart. That wasn't from your heart. Like, you just mad.
I'm just mad y'all ganging up on me. Yeah,
It's
he's
not
breaking
even
down,
about-
but I don't want to see that he's breaking down.
Exactly. So,
But he's still effective breaking down.
but LeBron James trying to get away from players that's breaking down, and you think he's gonna go get another point guard that's breaking down?
Yeah,
That doesn't even make any
it
sense.
don't make sense, but
It don't.
that's your boy, so you gonna go.
I'm
They
scared.
boys.
I'm
He
scared.
was just trying to leave his boy. He told his boy go back to Miami.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Shipped his
quick.
boy real quick. You
I'm
text me.
scared he has a fall off. Remember this. 1 year, Darren Williams was amazing and came back and looked like
Trash.
Straight garbage. You can say
cooked
it.
up.
Straight garbage.
But everybody was saying Deron Williams was always better than Chris Paul. I never said that.
I do too.
You what? Darren Williams is better
Yeah,
than Chris Paul?
I was.
Are you leaving anytime soon? Because you're killing me right now. Coming up, we got your favorite player, Isaiah Thomas, because now he's a Laker, taking a shot at LeBron. I got to be petty and light skin. And we're going to get into Paul Pierce. You tuned in to Topics on IBNX Radio.
If you're not listening to Word of Mind Radio, then you're seriously missing out. Hosts Trey Grizzy and Nine Ether share their perspectives on everything from social issues that affect our communities to relationships and trends that affect us all, guaranteed to teach you something new. Word of Mind is
The only
engaging,
way that we can do this is do it together. So I love you.
We all love you for sharing.
empowering,
Somebody dropped the ball somewhere because we want our kids to forget the struggles that we went through. But the struggles that we went through is what got us to where we are now.
and definitely entertaining.
She probably got one of them wholesome names like Gertrude, but back in the day they called her Gertie. They called her
Dirty Gertie.
Dirty Gertie, flirty Gertie. You know what I mean?
Y'all are horrible.
Yeah.
Tune in and learn up every Tuesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on IBNX Radio.
You're listening to IBNX. IBNXradio.com. The station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music. Hey, what's up? It's Jay-Z.
Hey, I'm Mariah Carey. Hey, it's Katy Perry.
It's your boy T.I.P., man. Get in.
It's your boy Sean Kingston.
What's up, y'all? I'm Beyonce. This is Nicki Minaj, and I'm in the mix with
IBNX Radio.
Welcome back. You're tuned in to Topics on IBNX Radio. For all that are listening, we got my man Corey Underwood, former 76er, with us.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you a question. Isaiah Thomas on the trade. Now we're going to talk about the Lakers side. Scores 22 against Dallas his first game back. After the game, he says, I feel like I got my powers back. And being that you don't like LeBron either because you just bashed him, do you feel like that was a shot at LeBron? I'm being petty. I hurt my feelings. I don't care.
I like LeBron, man. You gotta respect LeBron. But before I answer that, tell me how funny that picture on social media where they have Isaiah on speakerphone.
Oh, yeah.
And they just put all the snitching comments you can think of. Nah, but that's definitely a shot at LeBron, man. But he brought it upon himself. Like it looked like he was just like running to the locker room after games and looking for the reporters. Like, y'all gonna let the reporters in or not? Cause I'm ready to talk.
You talking about LeBron?
No,
Talking about Isaiah Thomas?
IT. Don't get me wrong. I like him as a player, but I didn't know he had this much.
Much to say, right?
Yeah, he
has
wasn't
a
doing
lot
that.
to say.
Yeah, I was kind
So you feel like that was a shot at LeBron,
definitely a shot at LeBron, man. Definitely. That's definitely a shot.
Mr. Laker? Go ahead, Mr. Laker.
All right, first and foremost, this is not my guy just because he's on the Lakers.
Yes,
I
he
just want
is.
to throw that. No, he's
You're
not.
a fan of the
No,
Lakers.
I'm a fan of the Lakers.
So if I get you an Isaiah Thomas jersey, you're not gonna wear it?
Why would you get me as? I hope they don't even make one because he's not gonna be here next year. That's first and foremost. But do I think it was a shot at LeBron? Not per se. I feel like it was more of a shot to the Cavs organization. I got my powers back. I got traded to a team where basically y'all blamed their defensive deficiency on me. If it wasn't for Kevin Love, he would get all the blame. So defensively is my fault. I don't fit in. I'm ball dominant. I'm talking too much. Now, we look at this team. Before Isaiah Thomas came back, they were 29th in defensive deficiency.
There you go with the numbers.
Numbers don't lie.
I didn't know that. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't know that.
They were 29th in defensive deficiency before he got there. So they still sucked at the end of the day defensively when he got there, before he got there.
No, I agree.
So I feel like he was taking so much of the blunt force of you blaming me for defense, but I've been in situations where I'm not the best defender. We thrived in Boston the last 2.5 years. Then you look at Tyronn Lue. I think it was a shot at Tyronn Lue. Okay, I'm the worst in defense, but okay, I had a coach in Brad Stevens that put in a defensive scheme that could help me. But now I'm always getting blamed, but we on a team where we have 3 bad defenders starting, basically. How can you it's easy to hide 1 bad defender.
It's not easy to hide 3.
To hide 3 bad defenders?
Who's the 3, might I ask?
Okay, you have IT, Kevin Love.
Facts.
And then you had LeBron James slipped. Horrible on-ball defender. Horrible on-ball defender.
You want to step outside? Because the
I
way you looked at me just now,
I'm listening.
The way you looked at me
I'm just keeping it real. And I'm not saying, listen, on-ball, like his
so
defense
JR
has
was
slipped.
pretty good.
No. I'm be honest with you. My third was JR, but I just wanted to throw LeBron out there.
My point exactly. See what I mean? That's what I mean talking about.
But the reason I threw LeBron James out there is because out of 300 NBA players in defensive efficiency, he was ranked 287.
Jesus, LeBron. Woo. We don't pay you to play defense. Ain't no man.
Okay, but JR's defense have slipped. So to hide 3 bad defenders, it's tough. But he was getting everything. Like, I'm the reason for this. I came in first game. Everybody praised me. I had, 19 and 17 or 17 and 19 minutes?
18 and 19. Yeah, 17 and 19 minutes.
17 and 19 minutes.
Yeah.
Everything was good. We were still bad defense in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Every game we won, we were still playing bad defense. Right. But I was getting the blunt force. So I think it was a shot like, okay, I'm in a situation now. You know what? It's not as much pressure. I'm be honest. When you're playing on the LeBron James teams, all the light is shined on that team. And everybody don't want to blame LeBron or this, that, and the third. So he was getting. So I just think
I feel like still people still blame LeBron, but
certain aspects
they still blame LeBron, but
it's not getting like he did in past years.
Nah,
definitely not getting like he got in past years.
But I feel like it was a shot at. I feel like it was like a shot at like the Cavs. I don't think it was a shot at specifically LeBron, but somebody had to take that grunt work because it wasn't even like he looked bad offensively. Like defensively, we know you can't guard a chair, but offensively, you looked bad. And I don't know if you were hurt or you were still getting under, but you were out there. So the expectation is if you're out there, you have to be productive. And he looked bad. Like he didn't offensively, he didn't look engaged. He looked like I was just out there.
He looked good.
LeBron still was putting up numbers.
When they went, the only time he was putting up those numbers when they went on that 18-game win streak or something like that.
No, he still had a couple 25, 8 and 8 games.
And then he had a few games sparingly. When they went on this horrible run of losses.
Yeah, they were bad. Everybody was bad. But my whole thing was
LeBron was averaging 22.
But you're not getting rid of him. But you're not getting rid of him.
Saying,
so you gotta. I mean, at this point, you gotta get. But the problem is you can't. LeBron has the media where he says he can get away with certain things. He doesn't have to say much, or he can jump around the question. Isaiah Thomas, for somebody who hasn't really done much,
and was talking too much.
He talked way too much. I mean, at this point,
I agree.
You can jump around a question when you got 4 MVPs and you won 3 NBA champions. You're allowed to jump around the question. And you're arguably the greatest small forward. I said arguably, because I don't want y'all to jump on me.
Nah,
you're okay to jump around the question. But you're talking and you haven't really done much. Shut up. And you're losing. Speaking of small forwards, T.O.P.I.C.S got retired. His number got retired. Give it up for Paul. I like Paul Pierce. I love Paul Pierce.
Yeah, man, I like Pierce.
That's more your era, right, Corey? Robert Parrish said Paul Pierce is the greatest offensive Celtic of all time.
Do you agree?
Do you agree that he's the greatest offensive Celtic of all time?
That's a tough question.
Ooh,
man,
is it tough? Oh, Lord. Y'all might finally disagree on something.
The greatest offensive Celtic. Can you really give that to him over Larry Bird?
We're asking you, my brother.
I don't know. I mean, I think at best I would say that's a tie, but I wouldn't give him
The
a
crown
thumbs
and the
up.
best.
Yeah, I wouldn't give him like, yeah, nah, you right on that, Robert Parrish. Like, nah, I can't give him like a 2 thumbs up on that. I would say
You're
that's
looking
a
at him
tie.
side like
That's
your
a
head is
draw.
tilt like.
I'm like,
Okay, I see where you're
yeah,
going,
maybe, but I might still go with Larry.
I'm gonna hear it.
Me? You want to hear what I got to say?
Yeah, I want to hear it.
I'm going to say 3-time NBA champion, 3-time NBA MVP, 2 times final MVP, 12-time NBA All-Star. How are you the greatest? Who is better than you in that organization that nobody else accomplished that? Larry Bird is the greatest offensive Celtic ever. Sorry, there's no debating. Paul Pierce, see, I think when he meant that, I feel like Paul Pierce had a very smooth game. He wasn't overly athletic. He took a page where I think Paul Pierce has some of the best footwork I've ever seen from a basketball player. And I think you would appreciate that, being somebody who emphasizes footwork in their training and in their game.
I think Kobe got better footwork.
I said one of. He definitely don't got better footwork than Kobe.
Okay.
He definitely don't got better footwork. What y'all?
I just want to give him a round of applause for that.
Did y'all speak before the show and did y'all coordinate this? Where's this coming from?
Absolutely not.
Where did Kobe come up in it? You don't even come up in a conversation.
When you speak about great things and
Yeah,
it happens.
So Kobe's the first one we think of. Okay.
Footwork. Wait, real quick. Let's not go off topic, but footwork. I'm going Kobe, Hakeem.
I say
Kevin
Hakeem
Garnett.
has the best footwork.
Kevin Garnett.
I think Hakeem
Kevin
Olajuwon
McHale,
has the
too.
best footwork.
Kevin McHale.
Kevin McHale.
I think Hakeem Olajuwon has the best footwork. That's just me.
Okay.
But Larry Bird is the greatest offensive Celtic of all time.
Okay.
My bad. The floor is yours, my brother.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
We know, just hearing his response, and we know we can only go but one way if we really think about an offensive Celtic. So, of course, Larry Bird. So you just have to ask yourself, is he insane for saying something like that? I feel it's a little saltiness when he said this. And the reason I'm saying
salty?
this,
You got the rings because of Larry Bird.
but the reason I'm saying this is because I had to do some research. You know, I like doing research.
You got too much
So,
time on your hands.
Listen, it doesn't matter. I did some research. Robert Parrish was around 2007, 2008. He put it out there like he wants to get into coaching. Kevin McHale was the coach of the Houston Rockets. Larry Bird was the general manager of the Pacers. Neither one of them called him. You a little salty for you to say some blasphemous
Chief.
thing like that.
You got to be better than that,
That's
Chief.
he's good. That's something.
Yeah.
That's something you would do?
No, I'm just saying, like,
Listen,
he just connected the dots for you.
For you to say something like that, Chief, come on. You played with Larry
played with
Bird.
him.
Because
He
I was
helped
thinking,
your career.
Was the Chief high when he said that? But now that you said that, okay, he was sober. It was the reason why he said
A
that.
little salty. I mean, it could or could not be.
I
But
thought
I'm
he
just
was
saying.
high. I mean, is the Chief high? Because that was the big thing in the '80s. He gets high.
Like seriously,
Yeah.
like I didn't understand it. I mean,
never
you look at
understood it either.
Larry Bird had played 13 seasons. He was hurt basically the last 2. He sat out one of those seasons. He
And that's the
played
only
7
one year he
games.
didn't make the All-Star.
The only year he didn't make the All-Star game. You feel me? He sat out. He only played 897 games. He scored 21,791 points.
He'd have scored way more.
He would have scored way more. I mean, Paul Pierce played 15 seasons, and that was 1,102 games, and he put up 24,000 points. So,
It's right on course, but no.
and he hit
bands.
way more threes.
Way more three.
Way more threes. So Larry was doing this all over the court. So no, I do think.
All right, so is he a top 5 Celtic, though?
You know what? Well, I don't want to answer this first. I need to hear who's your top 5 Celtics. Can you think of just? I know you don't have anything written down. Your top 5 Celtics of all time.
That is a funny question. You got to go Larry.
Okay.
You got to go Bob Cousy. You have to go, man. It's a big drop of.
You know,
Listen,
you're forgetting somebody.
Larry.
You're forgetting
Bob
somebody.
Cousy.
You're forgetting somebody.
I'm going.
You're forgetting somebody.
Give me a hint.
Bill Russell. You're forgetting Bill Russell.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You're forgetting
Listen, I'm not going to.
You don't got no paper written down, so we're not gonna hold that against
No,
you.
but I'm not going to sit in and portray to be a big time Celtics fan. Like
That's fine.
No, I respect that.
I respect that. Neither
all right,
do
so
I.
let's go Bill, Larry, Cousy, Paul Pierce,
Okay.
Kevin McHale.
That's my 5.
Okay.
That was my 5.
That's your 5?
That's my 5. We finally agreed on something. I don't know where this disagreement came from before that. I thought we had a pretty good relationship. Obviously, I got to reevaluate things.
Path.
Nah, we got there's some trust issues we got to work out. But that was my 5. That was my 5.
Okay.
John Havlicek looking in. He kind of looking in. He peeking in. 6 man. Yo, let me come get you.
Okay.
Casey Jones. But there was some other guys like JoJo White was a bad boy.
Okay.
JoJo White, but I think that was my 5 though. That
was your 5.
That's my
all right.
Kind of 5.
Now, my list.
Oh Jesus.
And I'm gonna give you the reasons of why I chose these players.
Jesus Christ.
But no,
Definitely some research involved.
Definitely.
Absolutely. So, Bill Russell, 11 titles, 5 MVP.
We know Bill Russell. Leave it. Bill Russell and Larry's on
I need you to listen.
Get to the people. Get to like when it
Larry Bird. No, because I need you to understand my thought process of where I'm going with this.
I don't care.
Larry Bird, 3 titles, 3 MVPs, top 10 player ever. All right.
Like basketball Mount Rushmore.
Okay. He averaged 24, 10, and 6 for his career.
Basketball Mount
he
Rushmore.
averaged a double-double for his
Bird?
career.
Oh man.
Basketball Mount Rushmore. Okay, cool.
Him and Magic they both saved basketball.
Oh, those two
in the 80s.
Those two on your list, on your Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
I'm glad you. But I'm gonna ask you that after I speak to Mount Rushmore. Okay,
because only 4 people get on Mount Rushmore.
So, that's what I'm saying, and I'm surprised. Never mind. So, Larry Bird was the second. John Havlicek, 8 titles, 13-time All-Star, and he's a Celtics all-time leading scorer. Right. Bob Cousy.
When they were playing against your neighbor, but okay, they was playing against your neighbors. But all right, you can't control who you playing.
Are we going?
Exactly.
Exactly. We're going for. Listen, we're talking about Celtics.
Continue.
Right?
Continue.
Listen, I'm just going over.
Continue.
Bob Cousy, 6 titles, led the league in assists from 1953 to 1960. He averaged 19, 8, and 5 for his career. Number 5, Kevin McHale. 3 titles and a 6-man award. Now, I was playing with this, like I was out because I was really trying to figure out, can I put Paul Pierce in there? I wanted, like I have him like.
Don't say you wanted to because you didn't put him in
there.
No. Don't say that.
I wanted to put Paul Pierce in there, and I can still put him there, but you know, I have him like 6A and B because I have him. I had to do research, and you know this is what I do. I had to do research.
Break your
computer. But I have Paul Pierce, 1 title in 2008 and Finals MVP. But if you look at my list, all these players have multiple titles. Multiples. He has 1.
Okay.
So that was the reason for my list.
Right.
I even have him compared like with Dave Cowan. Dave Cowan, everybody. A lot of people don't even know. I've been being honest with you.
You're disrespectful.
I'm being honest with you. We're going Celtics.
Disrespectful.
Dave Cowan has 2 titles, an MVP, a league MVP.
Right.
Dave Cowan.
Right.
When's the last time you heard the name Dave Cowan?
That's my point.
Exactly, but you don't like the Celtics like that.
No.
I'm saying I really had to do he averaged for his career 18, 14,
You a
and
fist
4.
bump for doing your research.
I just had to.
You're still bugging.
I'm
but
just
all right,
letting you know.
You're still bugging.
You know what?
You was with Robert Parrish.
Let me ask you something.
Let me ask you something.
Let me ask you something. I got him like 5B, 5A.
You was with Robert Parrish. You was with the Chief. Y'all was both getting high as I
had to look up the Chief's numbers too, but I couldn't put them in. So, do you think that Paul Pierce's career is overhyped?
No. For the period that he played. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
It was real quick. It was a lot of years before they made that move to get KG and Ray, where he was just out there getting a couple of buckets, and they was just not. I don't know. You know what? I don't even know if they didn't make the play, but they was out of there definitely by the second round. A lot of those years, they wasn't a factor.
They went from last place to going to the NBA Finals when they got KG. So
I mean, they don't win without KG and Ray Allen.
I don't even want to take that away from I'm just talking like his career, like everything, like you.
But I think Paul Pierce. I think if you take Paul Pierce on off those teams, they don't even make the playoffs. Those Tony Delk, Anton Walker, Eric Williams, Tony Petit teams. That was your 5 for a long time.
Yeah,
that was your 5, and then you had to stay with Kenny Anderson, and Paul Pierce was that guy that kind of made them that still kept them relevant and allowed them to get in the playoffs.
But they was acing out in them second rounds.
Yeah, they wasn't good enough to make the finals, but you take Paul Pierce off that team and you're a lottery.
But I'm not even taking that away from him.
Yeah, but just saying they was lingering around in mediocrity for a while.
Yeah, but I don't
he was
think
getting a lot of those buckets.
So you don't think it was overhyped?
I don't think it was overhyped.
A little bit.
What was he averaging when KG and Ray came?
His first.
Go ahead. No, Encyclopedia Black. Give us the answer since you got your degree.
No.
And you know everything.
No. I'm just, me.
I'm just curious.
His first year, what they was averaging?
Like when they added KG and Ray.
His first year, I think it was like 22. Then the next year it was like 18.
Okay. Around there.
But just a little bit. And the only reason I say this because I don't want to take. He's going to be a Hall of Fame and everything. Just the reason I believe it was just a little bit overhyped is he's never made an All NBA first team. Never. He was never the best player at his position, ever. He was never. No. He was never top 2 at his position in his whole career,
ever. Right.
And he's arguably not top 10, top 15 small forwards. But that's just a little bit. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, we can get back into it. You're listening to Topics here on IBNX Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, each and every Monday from 7 to 9
I want to which NBA youngsters.
JC Squared on the air. Reason. Monday is your new favorite day of the week. Music. Celebrity birthday. The Daily. Segment. Crazy holiday. And today in hip hop. IBNX Radio and the JC Squared on the air show. So much fun you didn't even realize you learned something. This message has been brought to you by Day Ray Media. Day Ray!
You're listening to IBNX. IBNXradio.com. The station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music.
Hey, what's up? It's Jay-Z.
Hey, I'm Mariah Carey. Hey, it's Katy Perry.
It's your boy T.I.P., man. Get in. It's your boy Sean Kingston.
What's up, y'all? I'm Beyonce. This is Nicki Minaj, and I'm in the mix with
IBNX Radio.
Okay, you're listening to Top Opinions presented in current sports on IBNX Radio. So, the NBA, it's a lot of young stars coming in that's in the league now that, we may look at them might be the next best thing. Can you give me a player or a couple of players that might be 3 years or less in the league that you feel might be the next big star in the NBA?
It's on you, baby. Next big star. 3 years.
3 years
or less.
Give me some examples.
You want us to come back to you?
Yeah. Go ahead.
My first two off the back is Karl Anthony Towns and Devin Booker.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my first two right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my first two right off the bat. Karl Anthony Towns, for his career, I think he's averaging 21 and 11 so far.
Mm-hmm.
First time NBA All-Star. And they're a top 4 team in the West. By other pieces added, but he's still
Absolutely.
He's gonna have his chance. He's gonna be in the he's already in the conversation, but I think he's gonna at one point he's gonna break through and be the best big in the league. Maybe in 3 years.
Best big
in the league. Maybe 3 years.
He's gonna have a run for his money.
He's gonna have a run for his money, but I think he'll get better as well. Mm-hmm. I think he's gonna get better on the defensive end.
Yeah.
And his facility, I think he has the ability to be a good playmaker. Devin Booker, I feel he get buckets, and he light skin. So I gotta keep it together.
I'd like to see him on a winning team and see how he does on a winning team first before I give him that crown, man. Yeah.
Devin Booker, he get buckets though, baby.
He does, but it's a whole lot different when you're kind of playing for something.
It's only his second year in the league, right? No, his third year in the league with Carl. He came in with Carl. Okay, so
and I got Joel Embiid over Cat. I like Cat, but I got
Joel Embiid is 4 years in the league. Nobody say nothing.
3 years. He didn't play.
How many years
year.
he played though, bro?
What is that, yo? My
Don't
man,
do that.
Joel.
And we still talking 3 years or less though. It's 3 years. He only played 2.
He sat 3. He sat 6 years before that. He sat.
Oh
he
my
taught
God.
He taught a SAT prep class. He ran for alderman. He was Mace Gilliam at one point.
Come on, here you go.
Go ahead. All right.
So you said 3 years, man. He sat out. So even with that year, he sat out.
Oh my God.
It don't sound like you trust the process, Chris.
No, I don't trust the process because the process is 10 years in. Y'all just don't know. And he probably lost his birth certificate on the way over here, so y'all really don't even know how old he is.
Here we go.
All right, whatever.
Here we go.
You know who's another one who I like, who has a very mature game. Very, very mature game. I love two guys. But the guy who has a very mature game. Donovan Mitchell. The Jazz won 10 in a row. It ain't because of George Hill and Ronnie Hood. Let me tell you that right now. And Rudy Gobert's been hurt all year. Donovan Mitchell plays with a certain maturity in his game.
Absolutely.
He plays like he's been 5-6 years in the league. He doesn't play like your average rookie. Jason Tatum is. I like Jason Tatum's game. I think his game will be. I think his career might be comparable to a Paul Pierce.
Nah.
Tatum?
In terms of number wise, I don't think he'll ever be the best small forward
He
in the
not a
league.
killer though. That's what I don't like about him. He don't got that killer instinct. I want to see him like.
I think he could go get it though. I think he could. I like Jason Tatum, but go ahead.
That ain't easy to go get. You gotta have that.
You gotta be born with. You right.
You
You
gotta
right.
have
You
that.
right.
You
You
gotta
right.
have
You
that.
right.
I
You
don't
right. But I think. But that's why I think. I don't think Paul Pierce was like you don't remember as a killer. He had a couple clutch baskets.
Now Paul Pierce ain't give up.
Yeah.
So you think Paul Pierce was a killer?
Paul Pierce ain't
It take a certain kind of. You gotta have a certain kind of.
You gotta wake up in
Like,
your fridge
listen.
be with government cheese and syrup only in your fridge. You
Like
gotta,
no,
you gotta
like,
have
like,
that kind of cut.
Like I'm gonna score if they give me the ball 8 times, I'm gonna score on them 8 times in a row. Like that's a killer to me. Like you really like trying to put the nail in the coffin on somebody.
And that's why they called you the Undertaker. Be honest.
Man,
you ain't got to be humble.
I
You
ain't
with
gonna.
us.
Yeah.
You gotta be humble with us, baby.
Yeah, like-
I was gonna call you out if you was gonna be humble. I don't want you to be humble. Is that why they called you the Undertaker?
Yeah. Joe Cruz, man. Shout out to Joe Cruz.
Joe Cruz, Hoops in the Sun.
Yeah, man. He gave me that name. That was how I got it. The first 2 weeks, like 32, 37.
Like
he's the Undertaker. He's just killing everybody. I'm going to run with that, man. So,
honestly,
yeah, man.
that's one of the hardest street ball names. Period. Out there, that's one of the hardest ones.
And then there was a dude from Uptown, man. He was trying to say he was the Undertaker before me. Man. It was funny, man.
That's
Pet Cemetery, something crazy. I don't know. It
Listen, I remember getting on the train. People didn't know I was from Queens. I remember playing with Uptown teams.
from Brooklyn, man.
I'm not from Brooklyn. I'm from Queens. Stop doing that. I remember playing with Uptown teams, Gauchos, Team Rock back in the day, and staying to go to 55th, staying to go to Tri-State to watch him. So I'm glad he wasn't humble because I was going to call you out like, no. I've been watching you since I was 10 years old. So you think Jason Tatum doesn't have a killer instinct. So who else do y'all like? You know, and who do you think reminds you of you when you play? Better question. Back
Right
to
now?
you. Right now.
I would say Embiid, man, but I think I was a little bit more a little light on my feet than Embiid. But as far as the footwork and just like that was me. That was my problem. I wanted to show you everything. I wanted to show you I can get on the outside, I can put it on the floor, I get you on the block, the mid post, and you know, if you can score, nowadays I tell a kid do the same move, man, until they stop it. Then you show them the second move and the third move and the fourth move. But Embiid, he can really just go in the post and boom, boom, jump hook you to death. He want to show you the total package, man. I ain't mad at him. I be watching him like, God damn, son. like Joe Embiid is a bad man.
Definitely. I had Embiid. I had Devin Booker. I had Ben Simmons.
I left Ben Simmons for you. I left Ben Simmons for you.
And it's funny though because if you look at his game, what does he remind you of? You don't want to say it.
He reminds you of LeBron James, you think?
He reminds me of LeBron
He
James.
reminds me of LeBron James, right? Only thing is, he does remind me of LeBron James, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but he's kind of like Isaiah Thomas. He has a lot to say. Somebody who ain't do nothing. So I just want to he's gonna get a lot of backlash if he's not careful because he has a lot to say.
A lot too, man.
I didn't know that.
This is what you.
This is what you. He's been mouthing over.
He was talking about. Oh, y'all picked Goran Dragic and Kimber.
That's the only time he spoke. He spoke.
Listen,
like
you don't do that.
No. He didn't. He was like, "Yo, I don't know what an All-Star is anymore."
You don't. But
they asked him, "How do you feel about not being paid?" I don't know what an All-Star is anymore.
You don't name drop. You don't name drop. You don't do that as quote unquote rookie. You don't do that, and I don't want to hear. Oh,
he with it.
He's
with it.
Put it in the
Right.
camera.
With it.
This is what you pay
Yo,
people.
I don't know what this.
No.
I'm with it.
That's not what's.
My
That's not
team in
good
the
for you.
playoffs. Y'all picked another player that's not in the playoffs. All right, he putting up 24, but I'm putting up 17, 7 and 7 as a rookie.
He told him why he was mad.
And he's doing that with an all-star on your team. Okay. Also, that's what I'm saying. Like he's doing that with an all-star on his team. So
you knocking for it?
I mean, you can't take all the credit.
He didn't take all the credit.
I get your numbers.
He just don't know what he don't know what an all-star is anymore. That's his
now he has to make the playoffs.
That's fine.
He has to make the playoffs. He have to. I don't wish bad on him. I think he does remind you of LeBron James. His jump shot is way ugly.
Get a jump shot?
That's what the funny thing.
I don't think he won't.
I think that's what hinder his game. I think that will hinder his jump shot.
You know what's crazy?
I think that will hinder his career. He won't have a jumper.
It's funny hearing this. They're saying he's LeBron James without a jumper. And it's hilarious to me.
But listen, when I say that he had without a jumper, LeBron James' jump shot wasn't that ugly.
It was ugly. I'm sorry.
It wasn't Ben Simmons ugly. No, Ben Simmons' jumper is
what's crazy?
Horrendous.
Ben Simmons doesn't shoot threes.
Because he can't.
But no, like literally, if you look at his box score, he does not shoot threes.
I mean, because you're smart enough to...
Exactly. He's getting 7 and 7, mid-range into the bucket.
He's shooting floaters from like the elbows and all. I respect it though. Like, listen, he knows what he is, and he's not out there.
That part I don't take away from him. He knows what he is,
and he's not gonna settle. You're not gonna make him settle.
So no Lonzo, no Lonzo.
See, I didn't let you finish. I didn't let myself finish. First and foremost, I had to throw some Lakers in there because it's just me. I had to throw my Lakers in there.
Please don't tell me you put Lonzo Ball.
I got Ingram.
Oh Lord!
I got Brandon Ingram.
Somebody check.
I got Brandon Ingram. I feel looked at his rookie year because I watch the Lakers as much as it hurts my eyes to watch them. But his rookie year, he averaged 9. This year, he's averaging 16. What's that? 7-point increase, right? He's averaging 16, 6, and 4 as a sophomore. 7-point increase. He's getting better. His rookie year, he shot 29% from threes. He's up to 36. Comfortability. Now I know I've been in the league. I'm getting my body stronger. He can go up. He can average. He can go up to 22, 20. He has it in him. It all depends on who the players they bring in. What's the curve for Kuzma?
You know that wasn't the question. The question was who was going to be good.
I feel Ingram star. I feel he has the possibility to be the next star. I do. And then I got Ball. Lonzo. I got Lonzo. I do. I think he has it in him. He has, as much as J Kidd hated this, he has J Kiddish in him. He's averaging 11, 7, and 7 as a rookie.
There's got to be vodka in your water bottle.
But
he's averaging 11, 7, and 7.
They're padding those assist stats. When he got that first triple-double, somebody posted on Twitter like the actual footage of some assists. There was dudes dribbling the ball 3-4 times after he passed, and they was crediting him. Was it
for the same game?
I think, yeah. But
we got to go look at it.
I'm telling you, look, literally, I got a friend of mine. We got a battle right now. It's so funny. I got Colin Sexton versus Lonzo Ball, Tremont Waters, and Trae Young. He's fans of these 3 guys. And it's versus Colin. And he don't even talk about Lonzo Ball no more. But I don't know, man. I think I like him, but you talking about a guy as a number 2 pick, that was a bad investment.
As a number 2 pick?
As a number 2 pick. You could have got that in the late first round, what he's doing.
11, 7, and 7?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Wow. But you gotta understand, the draft is all about potential.
If the draft was tomorrow, who would you pick right now? Who would be your new top 5 after seeing what you've seen so far?
Who's going?
You're not taking Lonzo Ball.
You're not taking Lonzo Ball.
You're not taking Lonzo Ball. You're lying. You're lying. You're not taking Lonzo Ball.
Who do I have?
Either Donovan Mitchell or Jason Tatum right now.
But it's all about who I need. Do I need a point guard or do I need?
You need the. Oh my!
Let's go with the best available talent. You're a GM.
You got the number 2 pick. You got the number 2 pick. You got the number 2 pick. Who are you taking?
Tatum.
All right. So I don't know why you said, "Oh, that's not what I want. Is what I need." But you're taking Jason Tatum. Simple. You're taking
not simple because I'm still gonna. I really think.
Heard you, sis. You just said out your own mouth, sis, that you taking Jason Tatum. So I heard you, sis.
And you said the next, what we going off right now?
You picked Jason Tatum.
All right,
you picked Jason Tatum. First and foremost, you picked Jason Tatum.
And I picked the Celtic, right?
Yeah. So I mean, you're not sold on him to be your next star. You're not sold on him.
Don't do that. I do think.
All right. But you
Don't
picked
do that.
Jason Tatum.
You asked
All right.
But moving on. Let's switch it up real quick to some football.
Oh God.
All right. What's wrong?
You just like football.
No, I'm well rounded. Don't do that.
You like football.
I'm
So next week we're gonna talk about some tennis too.
We could do that. You know.
And we gotta talk about the Olympics next week.
Serena and Venus just got bumped.
Yeah, I know. I watched it. I'm not saying that you're not well rounded. I'm not saying. I just feel like picking a fight with you.
Oh, exactly.
We ain't fighting like 5 minutes.
You're right. It's not normal.
Normal.
McDaniels, the offensive coordinator from the New England Patriots, recently rescinded his acceptance to go be the coach for the Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm.
So he accepted it, then went back to the Patriots. Mm-hmm. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But do you think it was a mistake for him to go back?
Can I ask you a question before you answer that?
Yeah.
Is it the same guy who kind of like, I think he's supposed to go to the Colts, right?
Yeah.
He did it twice?
Nah, he did it once. It's the same question.
Oh no, I thought no, because I know it was a guy who was going to the Colts. I'm not too,
Mm-hmm.
Nah, you gonna watch what's fine. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's
Just a little bit. I indulge a little bit.
But nothing
right.
crazy. I get it.
All right, so I thought it was the same guy.
Nah, I mean,
offensive coordinator.
He was the offensive coordinator, right? So let me ask you this, right? You have a head coaching job. It's yours. Everybody knows it's yours. You've already verbally agreed to it. Mm-hmm. And we've seen some college coaches do it last year. Like the coach that was supposed to take the UMass job went back.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's a smart move from a coach to, like, why? What do you think that's going through your mind for you to forget a head coaching job that you already have to come back and take the same role? What do you think is going on in your mind? Do you think something is promised to you? What do you think?
Definitely probably some behind the scenes action, but
absolutely.
Also I think it's, you start thinking about, man, this might be a dead end job. I might be unemployed in 2-3 years.
Mm.
Is it really a step up or is it a side step? I think that's what a lot of some of these guys might at the end of it think. First you think, oh yeah, I'm running the show, but then you start thinking about, like, is this really a step up or is it a side step?
That's a great point. It's an excellent point. I personally think that what I really think was going on is I think Bill Belichick was really upset about the Jimmy G thing. I really think that there's a lot of riffle going on, and I think that was the last straw. He trusts Josh McDaniels. He comes from a tree where you breed your assistant coaches. If you saw the 30 for 30, the two
which
Bills,
was great, by the way,
which was great, the two Bills. Mm-hmm. So it kind of let you see a side of Bill Belichick that you didn't really get to see. So I think how Parcells took Bill Belichick on and they have that professional relationship, I think he kind of feels it's very similar with Josh McDaniels. So you know what, Josh? I'm gonna step down. This is gonna be my last year. I just can't completely walk away from it, especially after us losing. But I'm gonna mentor you, and you're gonna take over because I trust you. With what I have, this is still my baby. I'm passionate about this. I don't trust anybody else that's gonna do a better job than you because you were with me in the trenches every day.
He Bill Parcells him pretty much. Have you seen the document? It was so crazy. I literally just seen it before the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. He Bill Parcells him because you could tell in that relationship with Parcells and Belichick, he went against the grain, and that really didn't sit well with him. And that was like split screen. They showed both of them. Like, it was a little uncomfortable. You could tell. Like, yeah, he built Parcells, man.
Well, I definitely think it was something that had to be said for you to. The only thing that left a bad taste in my mouth. You don't want to take a job and now they're setting everything up. They're setting everything up, getting the team around you to move forward, and then at the last end, the day you're supposed to sign,
you're like, nah, I'm cool.
You say no, never mind. Mm-hmm. So that was, I didn't like that. But to go back to the Patriots, like, why would you want to go to the Lions? I mean, I'm sorry, the Colts. Why would you want to go to the Colts? It makes no sense. But my thought process with him was, if you took the job, like, what was going through your mind when you took the job? You accepted it. You knew that you didn't know if Luck was going to be back at the beginning of the season. You knew what you were handed, but yet you still accepted that position. So for you to rescind, I knew he had to sit down. Robert Kraft had to call him like, listen, I'll throw you some extra bread, throw you some extra money, and I just feel, me personally, that I guarantee you, when Bill Belichick steps down, you'll be handed this head coaching position. And I feel like, I don't think Bill Belichick is going to be around for the next 6-7 years. I think he has 1 or 2 years left.
I think this season's gonna be Bill's last season. He's gonna go in the box and sit somewhere. He's gonna go. He's still gonna be able to still assume the GM role, but he's gonna let Josh take it because I think you keeping Josh's was also gonna keep Brady.
And Brady said he wants to play till he's 44, 45. So you're still gonna have that. So that's what I reason. But I didn't like how he did it, but I understand it. Like you want to go back.
You know.
No. So this was funny to me. You was like, but the offensive tackle, Lane Johnson, what he spoke about, well,
of the Eagles,
of the Eagles, the Super Bowl championship Eagles. Everybody that does not know who that is. He said he spoke on the New England Patriots. He said the New England Patriots are fear-based organizations. They're effing robots when they do interviews and things like that. Do you have a problem with that?
Wow, strong quote. Strong quote.
Speak on it.
Yeah, I definitely would have a problem with that, especially if I was an employee of the Patriots.
Why would you have a problem with that?
Who wants to be, depicted as a robot?
I understand that.
Which do I have a problem with his words as a fan, or do I have a problem with his like if I was the Patriots?
All right, so as a fan, do you have a problem with it?
Say what you got, baby. You beat him. I mean, I feel like there's certain times where you can't, you have the right to say it because you beat them, but whether it doesn't matter. Like my whole thing is you can say that, and then people can always be like, well, so they still got 5 championships, so it must work. That's gonna be the automatic rebuttal. So that's why I felt like there wasn't any hoopla because it was easy to rebuttal that.
What, I have 5 titles?
That's when we throw out the greatness. Oh, I didn't like this about him, or I didn't like that about him. Or anybody we talk about individually or as an organization, you bring up the title.
Just to add to that quote though, he said, obviously, do they win? Hell yes, they win. They've won for a long time. Do I think people enjoy and can say and do people think my fault? Do I think people enjoy and can say I had a lot of fun doing it? No, I don't.
Now that I agree with. You didn't give me all of that. That I agree with. I don't think. Yeah, I agree with that. They might. I don't know if the whole fear part, but it doesn't look like they have. It looks like they have a great system. They know what they know their roles. They're here to win a championship, and they go about their business. They look like they don't cook out on the off season. Don't look like they cook out in the summer with each other. They don't go vacation with each other. They don't look like they hang out. They're very so in that context, yeah, they are robotic. You charge them on the shelf for the summer, and then when September, October rolls around, you bring them off the shelf. Their battery is full, and you just let them be robots.
Oh, wow, Chris.
So that's pretty accurate to me.
I have no problem with it. That's his opinion. He said, I'd rather have fun and win 1 championship than be a robot or not have fun and win 5. That's his opinion. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, if you look at the organization, New England is cutthroat. Yes, they win, but okay. If
they traded somebody because he wanted a raise.
And they don't pay their players. They don't. Once you reach that point, unless you're Tom Brady. But, I mean, that's how they run their organization. And I can understand why he's saying that. If you look, 2 players that were added to his team. LeGarrette Blount was the running back for the New England Patriots last year. Now he's on the Eagles. And Chris Long, who was the defensive end for the New England Patriots last year. So I think he has some insight to what's going on over there.
I didn't even think about it like that. I forgot.
You understand?
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean...
He spoke, but he knew he had some inside sources to speak
he knows,
on.
It
wasn't just something that I'm just feeling myself, so I'm gonna speak on it.
I have fun over here, it's not so, and I'm winning. You can still of course, at the end of the day, there's different ways to win.
Okay,
there's always different ways to win.
Right.
I have no problem. I definitely have no problem with him saying that at all.
Really quick, right? So we staying on the topic of football. Jimmy Garoppolo was awarded. Is it the biggest NFL contract?
Yes,
175 million, 75 and a half. Don't forget the half.
0.5
million.
Crazy.
Because he went 7-0.
That's nasty.
Is it deserved, gentlemen? Is it deserved? You won 7 games. You was a backup. You won 7 games.
This is the 49ers quarterback, right?
And he got 175 million.
And everybody's comparing his numbers to Kaepernick. From what I've seen on that line.
Well, no, he was because Kaepernick ain't getting nowhere near it. He didn't get nowhere near. No.
Who is that guy? You know, I don't want to go off topic. Let's just stay
Stafford.
Okay, that's all right.
Stafford is the one. He got 130, 130 or 135. He got 135.
I don't think I'm throwing $175 million at him.
It was 137.5.
Listen, he was the highest paid. He must have been doing some amazing things in that 7-0 win streak.
Listen. Nobody listen. They were winless before he got there, right?
Yeah, one game. He must show some great
they
potential.
had one game, and they was in the mix. I mean, he had a great season, but the highest paid contract. Nah, you gotta show me a little bit more.
Got to roll the dice sometimes.
That's a lot of money on. Listen, Corey, you ain't trying to throw 175 out there to roll 1, 2, 3.
Listen, it's a great storyline. The fans are probably into it. They probably think we're gonna get that back times 3.
Listen,
nah.
What you're saying, for somebody who doesn't really watch football, like you say, you're making very, very, very good points. Those are 3 very good points that you brought up. So I'm not trying to say. Me personally, I'm trying to keep my money. $175 million for 7 games. Listen, I gotta call somebody, and I think I could throw the football for 100. Give me $175,000.
I'm a
0.5.
0.5. Don't forget the 0.5. But the reason I have no problem with it, and I think he does deserve it. Well, I think I have no problem with it. Deserve it. He's a product of the time, and I look at this in all sports. The market is increasing. Stafford, even though we look at Jimmy G, and he only started 7 games his whole career. He's 7-0, right? Before that time. So they got there. He started the 2 games in New England, and then he got hurt. He won, and then he won 5 games straight to end the season for the 49ers. It's all about the product of his time. It's time where the market is increasing.
So you got to strike while the iron's hot.
They needed a quarterback. They found a quarterback. They had 1 win before this quarterback got here. This quarterback came from one of the best products, arguably sitting behind the best quarterback of all time. He knows how to win. He came here and won the last 5 games and only had a week and a half to prepare with this playbook, and took us on a 5-game win streak to end the season.
I think you could have got him for $75 million.
But why? But you think he's going to resign? You think he's going to sign that? Why?
$75 million?
Why?
I don't think somebody's going to throw $175 million.
Why? At this point in time, listen. This is what the market is going for. But he's not going to be the highest paid for too long. You got to understand. Like, we look at the NBA after the new bargaining
agreement came in. It was stupid.
It was crazy. You got people like
Steph got 200.
Tim Hardaway getting 60 mil.
60 mil is I get that point, because 60 million is no longer a lot of money. When if you looked at it 4 or 5 years ago, 60 million is like, what? 60 million?
Yeah,
well, 64 million is
CBA,
not a lot of money in terms of Steph getting 210.
But
Harden getting 200.
No, but before that CBA,
before he got there,
he would have got like 4 years, like 4 times 16. He would have got like 16 mil.
Right.
Like, are you serious? Like, but it's just a product of time. It's just now. I think the next person that's gonna get paid, everything goes up from now. Cousins is on the market. He's gonna get more than that. Then you have Aaron Rodgers. Matter of fact, Matt Ryan has 1 more year left on his contract. You telling me you just paid somebody that started 7 games all that money? Okay. I took you to a Super Bowl. I have an MVP.
I need my money.
I'm gonna get more than that.
But
everything is gonna go up.
Think,
but I'm just okay. But it's just a product of time. It's where he's at right now. If it was a few years ago, he wasn't getting nowhere close to that. But now the market is going up.
Here you go.
That's for me?
Yeah. You're not you when you're hungry.
Huh?
You're not you when you're hungry. $175 million, bro, for 5 games. Are you kidding me?
Yo,
are you kidding me? Yo,
he came with props.
Are you kidding me? And I didn't want to give him the cake because that's Corey cake. I was gonna give you the cake because you obviously are hungry. $175 million over 5 games, yo. Come on, man.
It's the product of time. Listen,
I mean, you're not.
I have no problem with
you
it.
on camera, man. It's all right.
No,
But he must have showed some great potential.
He showed amazing potential.
And what did I tell you last week? And I tell you this all the time, man. Potential gets you fired.
Right, but it can also have you looking like a genius at the end of it.
Almost, nah, man.
Yo, listen.
What is all right? So what is for 175 million? What is the ceiling?
What's the ceiling? This is going up. That's all I'm just saying.
I'm talking about
It's
for
going
him.
up.
What is his expectation? Then we're gonna get out of here. What is his expectation?
They're going to the playoffs. I guarantee the 49ers go to the playoffs next year.
Okay, so that's he. So he
That's
earned
for
his
me.
money if they go to the playoffs.
Absolutely,
because he doesn't have to win a playoff
From
game. He
last
have to go to the playoffs.
the first, yes, absolutely.
They
But-
weren't in the last. They finished in the middle. But all right.
Whatever you say, we gotta wrap it up. But Corey, you want to say last words? Appreciate
Fellas,
you being here.
Thanks for having me. Had a great time. This
Thank
is
you.
great, man. I want to really say I want to come back and do this, but you don't want to get
Definitely would have you
we
back,
would
bro.
love to have
we
you
would
back.
love to have you back, bro. I
But
mean,
the people might be like, he's up there again.
oh well.
So?
All right, so you
don't
gonna send us
matter.
somebody else to put on
Listen,
the show.
we want you to come back on the show.
Definitely. Shout out to Happy Valentine's Day, ladies, and everybody who celebrates Valentine's Day.
Do y'all want to give any special shout outs to anybody?
My aunt, my stepmother, my sister. Nobody else love me. No other females love me.
Happy Valentine's Day to my mom, my aunt, my grandmother, my significant other. Yeah, that's it.
Happy Valentine's Day to my beautiful girlfriend, Taisha.
Who does a lot for us.
Does a lot
Who
for
does
the
a
show.
lot
Yes, I
for us.
can
And I
tell.
am
I can
completely...
You know, she's
Oh my God.
she's the reason
She's
for
the
this
captain
cake
of
because
the
you know
ship.
men.
Yeah, I wasn't going to get you no
not
cake. I
very
love
good
you.
at
I don't
that.
love you that much. I was not getting you a
You
cake.
know, she's the head
Yeah, I
of
don't
the
look at you
shit.
crazy.
I love
Yeah,
her,
I
appreciate
know.
her.
And our producer, she came in when we were short staffed. Trish, thank you, Trish, today.
Happy
Thank you.
Valentine's
Happy
Day.
Valentine's Day,
Appreciate
Trish.
you.
Thank you for that. Like, I really do appreciate that allowing us to have our show still.
She did great today.
She could have been with her family, but she's
here with us.
Definitely.
She's here with us.
And I know she don't really want to be here with us.
Exactly,
So I
because
appreciate
she got us wrapping it up. Wrapping it up. But no, you're listening to Topics. I'm Tone Taylor.
Chris Harris.
Corey Underwood.
And we're out.
You coming back, bro?
Yeah, nah, that's smooth, man. I gotta get some kind of deal, man.
IBNX Radio.